chaos of war, courage is often measured by the gun in a soldier's hand. But for one man, the greatest weapon was his faith, his hands, and an unshakable will to save lives. This is the story of Desmond Doss, the Medal of Honor hero who went to war without ever firing a shot. Desmond Thomas Doss was born in Lynchburg, Virginia in 1919. Raised during the Great Depression, he grew up with strong Seventh-day Adventist values, believing in the sanctity of life and the Sabbath as a day of rest. His faith would become both his shield and his greatest trial. The sixth commandment, "Thou shalt not kill," was not just a verse to Doss, it was the cornerstone of his life. When World War II erupted, Doss didn't run from duty. He enlisted in the U.S. Army in 1942, but with one unusual request: he would serve as a medic, and he would not carry a weapon. To many of his comrades, he was a coward, a liability, someone who wouldn't have their back in battle. What they didn't know was that this coward would one day save their lives. April 1945, Okinawa, the bloodiest battle of the Pacific. The American objective: scale a 400-foot cliff nicknamed Hacksaw Ridge and take the fortified plateau above. Japanese forces were dug in deep, waiting to unleash hell. As machine gun fire tore through the air and shells exploded around him, Doss moved forward, not with a rifle, but with bandages, morphine, and faith. One night, the American forces were driven back down the cliff, leaving dozens of wounded stranded above. Alone, under enemy fire, Desmond Doss refused to retreat. For 12 hours, he crawled from man to man, dragging them to the cliff's edge, lowering them down on a rope, and whispering a prayer each time: "Lord, please help me get one more." By dawn, he had saved an estimated 75 men, including many who had once ridiculed him. On October 12, 1945, President Harry Truman placed the Medal of Honor around Doss's neck, calling him one of the bravest men he had ever met. Desmond Doss remains the only conscientious objector to receive the Medal of Honor, proof that courage is not defined by the weapon you carry, but by the lives you save. Desmond Doss showed the world that heroism doesn't always mean taking life. Sometimes it means preserving it. His story reminds us that faith, conviction, and courage can change the course of history.